What is going on here? Can you see these block outlines here? These blocks don't actually exist. What is this? Oh, it's a tree. That was weird and unexpected. Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft The Journey with me, BugmanCX. Here we are in Minecraft Beta 1.9 pre-release 4, because this survival Let's Play series is all about upgrading our survival world through all of the versions of Minecraft and exploring the game's history and in all of its dated mechanics, let's just say, along the way as we go. I'm here in the Nether, and you might notice that the ground is made up of dirt and not netherrack, and there's a very good reason for that, and that's because I've been busy here. I have been replacing all of the netherrack in this area here with dirt so that we can make this place feel a little bit more overworldy. And right now you might be thinking, well, it's just dirt. And that's true. I'm going to be replacing this dirt with one block. No, not this dirt here, but one of these blocks of dirt with one block of grass, and I'm going to wait for all of that to spread all around this area and make it all green and nice. I have no idea what color of grass it'll be here in the Nether, because as we know, the tinting on the grass is biome dependent, but I guess we're about to find that out. I've also been doing a bit of work here on the waterfall area, and I wanted to make it as if this stone area had sort of pushed through the net. Ooh. Oh no, it's happening again. This happens quite a bit, and I've got no armor on. Yep. Oh, what a mess. The interesting thing about doing the work in this area is that I have used up all of my dirt. Every single piece of dirt that I had in storage, at least in the ravine. I didn't go back and explore any other areas, but all of the dirt that I had there, which was about a double chest full, not quite, but almost, has been used in this area. And thanks to that ghast, we only have one block left to place. So I'm going to have to find some more dirt to fill in these gaps. Oh, there's one. Lucky me. Look at that. Not bad. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, I think I was talking about this. So I've made the waterfall look as if the stone is sort of merging with the netherrack a bit and pushing its way out. Let's see if I can get a better angle of that thing. And I think I've got a bit more tweaking to do to make it look realistic. Not really sure. Haven't really done a build like this before. Might have to do some work on this bit here and maybe do a bit more blending up there. I'm open to suggestions as well, but I think this place will look quite different once it's got trees and plant life and actual green grass and everything like that. The other job that I've got to do is fill in this lake, and that's probably the next job to do. So I got to go and collect more of my ice and then fill this thing in. Yoink! Let's get started. Well, I sort of had this idea that a top-down time-lapse might look interesting as I filled up the lake here full of ice and turned it into a lake, and in the meantime this grass would spread. The grass isn't spreading, and I was really concerned. So I went and checked the other one. I actually laid two down, one for each side, and I was relieved to see that this one's actually spreading. Thankfully, because I was a bit worried that none of the grass was going to spread and I was going to have to replace every single block manually and silk touch about 1,000 blocks of dirt or grass. I mean, oh, look. Oh, it spread. Finally, it spread. This was my favorite part, just letting the grass spread. It's just going to take longer than I thought. Doesn't this just look so unusual and different? You never expected to see such a bright blue color here in the Nether. The waterfall is cascading down and pooling here and then spilling out into this lake over here. And the pigmen seem to love it. Well, I mean, why wouldn't they? It's something new and different, and it cools them down, quite frankly. Over there you can see I've left some ice in place because ice, again, is the sort of block you'd never normally see in the Nether. At least not interacting with water like this, so it sort of gives the illusion that this area might actually be frozen over for some unusual environmental reason. Who knows? And over here at the end of the lake, we've got this dirt barrier here, which I'm about to open up. And as I do, this water should flow down now. I need to fix this up a little bit. It's not perfect. And the water will flow down into this lava lake down here. Now, unfortunately, when I was building it, I already let the water loose. So, as you can see, there's already obsidian down there. But as the water flows down onto the lava lake, what a strange sight to behold. Now, up here, in order to pull off this illusion entirely, I think it's about time we just decorate the landscape a little bit and bring some overworld elements here into the Nether. I expect these trees should grow naturally, and there should be no problem with normal overworld trees just growing here in the Nether. So we'll just drop a few of these saplings down here and see if these trees grow. Well, this was unexpected. For reasons unknown, the saplings seem to just pop off. Maybe there's not enough light for them? I'm not sure. I think what I'm going to do is bring some bone meal in and bone meal these up because they won't... Oh, no. Is this a lighting issue? What causes this? Yes, a few little problems though. The Ghasts are still a massive issue. As you can see, there's one up here, and it's completely destroying the area down below. I keep forgetting to put on armor, and everything is going wrong. So let's just see if we can get rid of it. We do have a bit more coverage because of the trees now, whenever they're not burning down. But yes, we still have a few teething issues. Whoa, hi, there you are. Come on, don't you kill my area. Haha. Yes, so I think I'll be repairing this area quite frequently, unless I can figure out a better way to manage these Ghasts. But for the moment, I have no way. You might have noticed that I also had over 40 levels until that Ghast killed me. Yeah, because I was working on getting a lot of levels ready to do another enchant and see if we could discover a new one. But that's about 2 hours of work at the mob grinder down the drain, and I think I'm going to have to start all over again. This may be as good a time as any to remind myself, put your armor on. It takes so long to build back up my levels. I'm only at level 32 and this is about 2 hours worth of casual grinding. I need a new farm. This is starting to look good now, very, very overworldy, but surrounded in a nethery cavern. And right now, this area over here is kind of the safest zone as you enter this area, because unless there's a ghast right up there or right up there, you're unlikely to get shot at. But as soon as you come out under this overhang here, you're in pretty much the danger zone, and ghasts could be spawning way up there or over there or way over there, and they'll all get you. And so you have to be very careful, otherwise you have to repair everything. I've built this little bridge here as a way to cross the little lake as quickly as possible, and from here you get a view of everything as well, so yeah, it's looking really nice. A big giant tree here as well, and this is a ghast, this is a ghast hole, and here I have built a house in the classic 1.8 Minecraft village style with a few occupants, hello, and this is to house the nether portal which takes us to the old village which didn't form correctly, because we need a way in and out, and I don't want to be shot at by ghasts whenever I'm coming over here to visit the place, which at the moment isn't very often. But this area here is very, very nasty. There's a lot of open space here, and ghasts spawn here all the time and come over here and kill me. So I'm thinking what I might do to finish this little area off and give us a little bit of respite from the ghasts is extend this area out here with some dirt and grass and join it up to this tunnel here, which I might have to shift over a couple of blocks to line up with that door frame now. Oh well, more digging for me. And then plant some trees all along here so that as you move, let's just go over here. So as you emerge from the tunnel, if you come this way, you come out here and, yep, it might be open space, but there is some shelter and you'll be able to make it. If you hug the tree line, you'll be able to make it all the way from the tunnel to this doorway with a lower chance of being hit by ghasts. And maybe that tree line will be one row of trees along here and another row of trees along here, so it's effectively a little tunnel made of trees. It won't be perfect, but it should do the job. Then there's a bit more work to do out here to extend this out and just blend it all together, but I'm taking it piece by piece, and I'm quite enjoying doing something a little bit buildy for a change. Hours and hours later, finally, level 50. Right. Let's see if we can get a new, decent pick. It is very hard to make a 50 come up on this table, so I've decided, after about 15 minutes, to just settle here on this 48. I have this kind of compulsion to do it all fully and properly, get myself 50 levels, get the table up to level 50, but this just relies on a lot of random number generation and algorithms and calculations, and it's a bit too much. So, level 48, enchantment, here we go. Efficiency 4, unbreaking 3, not very good. Not very happy with this. It's got to be said, the enchanting gods are not looking down on me. Well, considering we do have efficiency on this pick, we might as well put it to the test. Now, what does efficiency do? Well, efficiency applies to our tools. Efficiency levels 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, we have efficiency 4. The enchantment behavior is that it increases the player's mining speed, and it increases the rate at 10% extra per level. So that's going to get through these stone and other items pretty quickly. Let's go and put it to the test. Over here, I've got 2 rows of stone, and I've also got 2 diamond pickaxes on me. The difference between the two is that this one has just got regular unbreaking, so nothing special, and this one has our efficiency 4. Now, given what that enchantment information says, that should mean that this efficiency 4 pickaxe should be around 40% faster than a regular diamond pickaxe. So let's do this test. I'm going to line myself up here in front of the block just like this, and I'm going to push forward, and I'm just going to start mining, and we'll calculate, whoa, my player's moving a bit, I don't want that. We'll calculate exactly how long it takes to mine this block here, this row here, with the 2 picks. Ready? Go. This is fairly slow. It feels like normal pickaxing to me. Are we through yet? No, not quite. We've got a few more, 2 more to go. All right, so let's see how long that took. Yeah, respectable. And we'll compare that to our efficiency 4 pickaxe. Ready? And go. Wow. This is a lot faster. I think I'm going to enjoy this pick. Wow. Out here in the Nether, I've been making some good progress. We've now got majority of this landscaping done, and of course, welcome to water in the Nether. I've built this little structure here to join up the passageway with this garden area here, and of course, there is a risk of ghast attack in here, so I've left this little chest here full of arrows just in case I forget to bring them, which I often do. So there we go, I'm now fully armed. Now, of course, as you enter this area, you can come out here and assess whether there are any ghasts. You can probably hear them or potentially see them. If it's clear, then you can make your way through the garden nice and safely. But if it's not, well, I've got this little back passageway around here just in case you want to take the wimpy way through. This has got full coverage all the way up here to the bridge. Once you reach the bridge, you have to make a dash for it because there's just no other way. Oh, I forgot to fix that hole. I'll get to that. But if it's still safe and there are no ghasts, you can make your way through to wherever you want to go, which is probably over here, no doubt. In here, of course, we have the portal through to the broken village. And if you head out this way, you'll now see this path here, which is covered by trees on either side, so it's pretty well ghast protected, unless there happens to be one right there. And through here, you can make your way into the main nether tunnel. And if I make my way around here, you'll see that it leads us all the way back to the main tunnel in a big loop. Really, it just goes nowhere at the moment. But since we are here at Water in the Nether, I think this place wouldn't be complete without one more little addition. Let's place another little sign down right here, and it will say, "You are now passing water in the Nether." What? So as the grass continues to spread around this area, I'll bone meal it and plant some flowers and just make the place look a little bit more luxurious. But there is one more thing we need to do while we're here. Oh, Bugman, you're such a daredevil. I hear you saying, I think, whoa, whoa. That was not what I expected at this time. You, go away. um, okay, that was more scary than the jump, but let's just do the jump. No, no, this is not going to plan. Ah, you're gonna kill me. Ah! Oh no, there's more of them. Ah! Okay, okay. I think this is safe now. Let's just do it. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, oh, oh! Bit anticlimactic. Now, it's got to be said that it's kind of boring being down there at the mob grinder all the time trying to build up my levels, and I need to break things up a little bit and do things in between. I want to be able to explore all of the enchantments, but obviously I need to get a lot of levels to do all of that. So, in the meantime, I thought, why not focus on a discontinued feature and collect some vines? Because vines are actually interesting in the way that they store their metadata. Each vine is facing a particular orientation or sometimes multiple orientations, and each one of these configurations is a particular metadata value. This one here happens to be on the south-facing side of the block, so it has a metadata value of 1. If we were to pick up this vine with the shears, the vine that we've just picked up has a metadata value of 1, and we can actually see that if we have a look at our player level.dat file. We'll see that it has a metadata value of 1. So let's just drop that onto the ground for the moment. And over here, these are all north-facing vines, so they have a metadata value of 4. If I collect one, again, have a look at our inventory and we can see that there's a metadata value of 4. Now what happens when these vines stack is really quite interesting. This vine here, which had a metadata value of 1, if I walk into it, you'll see that it stacks with the other and it actually inherits the metadata value of whatever I was holding in my stack. So vines are pretty weird in that way, quite unusual like other blocks. And what we need to do is collect each vine orientation individually, store it in a separate slot within the chest, and then we should be able to get 15 different orientations of vines, which from the next version onwards will no longer be obtainable in item form like this. I have confirmed it, and these are correct, data values 1 and 2. So let's continue. Let's get this one, which is data value 4, occupying the south face of a block, and we'll pop that into the appropriate slot in the chest. We still have to get a 3, which is southwest, so that should be interesting. Now, one occupying the east face of a block, which is this way. Oh, it's so confusing. You really have to think about it. Should be number 8. So let's pop that one into the chest as well. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now we're heading on to some more complicated ones. Let's see. Southwest, east, north, west, north, west, east, south, east, north. Here's a really tricky one, but this one I found, which is facing south and north. And here's another tricky one, which is the east, south, west. Come back. Aha, right here we have a north, south, and a west. The east, west. Right here we've got an east, north, and south. And this one has been the most elusive of all. This one is the northeast, south, west one, and I'm pretty sure this one is that one because you can tell that if I just touch it lightly like this, all 4 sides have got the block breaking animation. So if I break this one, it should be the last one we need. Better be. But before we finish this up, we need to be 100% confident that all of the metadata values for these vines are correct. So I've got the world's region files loaded up here in NBT Explorer, and here we can take a look right inside of this chest. I've already done a search for it and found this chest, but if we have a little look inside, we can see an item ID 106, which is vines, and a damage value or a metadata value of 1, which is the first one in the first slot. So if we look at the second one, we've got a metadata value of 2, and so on. And if we expand all of these, we should find a mistake. I've already found a mistake. This one should be metadata value of 4. So let's have a quick look at all of the others by quickly expanding them and seeing what we've got inside. And if we count backwards here, we should see they are all correct except for slot number 1, 2, 3, slot number 4. So let's just figure out which one that is and fix that one right up. And it's an easy one. It's on the north face of the block. That's probably just something that I broke when I was stacking them, when I was showing you how all this worked. But this one is it right here. Yoink, there we go. And if we place that inside of the chest and replace 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll just throw that away and pop that one in. Now I'm going to recheck the region files and make sure everything's good. And then I need to carefully move these back into the base. While they're all in here now, safe and sound, I did realize it's possible to get vines with a data value of 0, which would just be normal vines in future versions. Here I've got some in my inventory here. You can just get these by collecting vines that are hanging upside down. So what I might do is actually move these all across and make it 0 through to 15. I have to do this very carefully because I don't want to break anything and cause any sort of problem for myself. So there we go. Okay, that's 1, and this one is 0. So we should now have vines data value 0 all the way through to 15. And I need to adjust that sign, which I'll do in between episodes. But for now, let's just hang a couple of vines up here so that we know kind of what we got going on over here. A few vines. Looking good. But that is going to do it for today's episode, so thank you all for watching, and if you enjoyed it, then please feel free to let me know in the comments below, join my Discord, or click the super thanks button, or join Patreon. Any one of those things to support me would be amazing. Thank you very much to my wonderful, amazing patrons for supporting me. I will see everybody in the next episode. So until then, this has been BugmanCX. You've been watching Minecraft The Journey. Bye-bye.